Too much clutter can be, there are too many kind of exclamations, like characters like oh and ha and you know, or it could be there's just a little bit too much in the way of like gestures. I mean, yes, of course, sometimes you want to add in some action beats to break up your dialogue, but sometimes I see scenes where it's like there is so much like nodding and pointing and shrugging and sighing, and it's like, okay, this is actually getting distracting now because we're not getting the gist of the scene, we're just getting a lot of stage direction. This is also true for more like defined movements, like getting up, walking around, slamming a door. Again, some of this is good because it stops you from having like talking head syndrome where the whole scene is just your characters going back and forth. But it can just get to be too much, and the obvious place that this also can happen is description, where you know you get some description of either the scene or another person, and you know you want some of that to set the scene, to draw your reader in. But sometimes it can get to where it gets bogged down, where we're not just seeing kind of, you know, the street, and there's, you know, maybe it's a festival, there's some music playing, there are some food vendors, and you know the author throws in like a couple of really great little sensory details, like the scent of, I don't know, cider, hot cider, mulled cider. That's what I would have, being British, obviously. Or, you know, like a certain instrument is playing, or somebody nearly bumps into them. But again, it can start to get a little bit bogged down, where it moves from, yes, I am painting a good picture for my reader and I'm creating like an immersive experience where I'm really showing what the character is experiencing in this scene. It's surprisingly easy for that to slide into, I'm fire hosing the reader with so many sensory details because I want to set the scene, but what you've actually done is left your reader thinking, my God, is something actually going to happen here? Or are we just going to talk about details forever? Very easy to fall into this. Don't feel guilty if you have. I am a chronic scene setter myself. This is why I always say that even editors need other editors because you can't see work from the outside. And I have definitely info dumped about all the beautiful scene setting details because I get a little bit caught up in it and it's like so much fun to describe. So don't feel guilty if you've done this, but just be aware that cluttering up your scenes often loses their meaning. So I hope that was helpful.